Hey, I'm Aja A, and welcome to Sunshine Haze. Don't forget to check out all the links that I have listed down in the description box, and if you like the video, please give me a little thumbs up. If you have any questions after the video is over, feel free to drop them down below. I try to respond to everyone. And if you all know people interested in astrology, numerology, tarot, or whatever I'm talking about on this channel, go on and send them this link. And don't forget to hit subscribe. And of course, thanks for tuning in and rocking with me. May this info help y'all live your best lives. Peace. Hey, you guys, welcome back. We are pretty much back on track. This is your video for the Cancer lunar cycle. So we are talking beginning of July through the beginning of August. This is a general reading, so if you feel like what I'm saying does not resonate with you, you're going to want to check out your moon and or rising sign, which I have linked down below. With that being said, this video is for my Leos, Leo sun, Leo moon, and Leo rising. Again, general. This doesn't resonate with you, check out your other signs, okay? This is going to be our typical 4-card spread. Going to be looking at the energies coming up for you guys during this next month underneath this lunar cycle, any crossing energies or obstacles that you might be dealing with or facing. Because we're talking about Cancer energy, we're going to be looking at a card giving some insight into what you all need to nurture, where you need to put your love and your time and your energy during this next month. And then also, as always, a quick little soul message, something extra for you to take away with you from this spread, okay? So let's just go on and get it popping. The first card that you guys have coming up in your reading is in the position of the energy, and this is the energy coming in for you, or the energy that you're supposed to be tapping into during this next month. And you've got yin, which resonates with the number 2, which even though Cancer is the sign of the 6th and the 7th months, and this is probably just my bias because I'm an 11, so I attach 2 energy to Cancer because it has to do with, you know, nurturing and enlightening, that mama energy coming in, kind of leading the way. The 2 is just really, is a feminine energy. The yin is a feminine energy here. I'm sorry, not the 2. The yin is a feminine energy here, so I'm associating that with the Cancer energy. But with this card popping up for you, Leo, I think what's going on for you guys during this month, and especially because y'all are about to come into your birthdays, I pick up on this sense of, and this is very Leo, of wanting to have control, of wanting to, you know, have things play out the way that you want them to play out. But what I get with this message here with this card, which is very interesting, because around the birthdays, I always talk about, you know, setting yourself up for the life that you want to live. Leo, I feel more so for you, yours is kind of like life is leading you down the path that you're going to need to be on so that you're living the life that you want to live. This card popping up here is coming up with this energy of Leo. You need to kind of just let life lead you. Feminine energy is passive energy, and there's a negative connotation with the word passive, but in this sense, I think that passive energy is more so that let life lead you, Leo. You don't have to, you know, control everything. You don't have to know exactly how everything is going to play out. You just have to know that it will play out. You have to trust the process, keep the faith, trust the process. Let life lead you, allow the universe to show you the things that needs to be shown to you, and, you know, just continue along one foot at a time, take it a day at a time, instead of trying to, you know, have control over this aspect and have control over this aspect and have control over this aspect. It's important, Leo, for you to understand that sometimes we don't have control over anything. And in those instances, when we really think we should, is when things begin to get chaotic. So during this next month, especially because you guys are probably feeling that energy of, okay, I need to wrap certain things up, I need to get prepared for certain things coming in, instead of putting all of your energy towards that for the time being, at least the specifics, it's just important, Leo, to let life lead you. It's the summertime too, you know, hot girl summer, city boys, whoever, whichever one y'all are. It's the summertime, so it's really like, you know, live your best life. And right now, Leo, that best life, I get the sense that you don't really know what it is. You might think you have an idea, but this card really gives me this energy of, Leo, you ain't got the slightest clue, and you kind of just need to let things play out as they should, and then it'll all start to make sense for you, okay? Okay, that's all I want to say about that card. The next card that you have popping up is in the crossing position, the position of the obstacles, which I don't like seeing the world here, but this makes sense. popping up as an obstacle, and yin is the energy for you during this next month. The world card coming up in the position of the obstacle for you tells me one of two things. Either, Leo, there are some cycles or some chapters that need to be closed that you're not ready to close, that you don't want to do the work to close. You Leos are lazy on the shadow side, so I do get the sense that there's some things that you understand need to be worked through, you understand need to be fixed, or you understand need to be shifted, but you're kind of in, you guys might kind of be in this space to where like you're very aware of it, but when it comes to actually doing the work, you're like, I'm okay. But, you know, Leo is, the world card is a card all about cycles. It's a card all about, not infinity, I'm sorry. The world card is a card all about cycles. It's a card about chapters closing and new chapters beginning. Doors closing, new doors opening. So Leo, with this yin card here, you're supposed to be going with the flow, going along into wherever life is supposed to be leading you. This world card crossing me tells me that you might be either hanging on to some old situations, or you might be hanging or not wanting to do the work to wrap up some stuff, or not wanting to release certain things, or just not wanting to make change, and instead kind of being stubborn and stuck in your ways. And that, Leo, hear me roar, this is what I want, so this is what it is. But let me tell y'all something. First of all, that ain't how life works. Second, when it comes to moving into new energy, into new spaces, into new chapters, I say this a lot, you cannot go into a new carrying around old shit. It doesn't make sense to carry a bag full of shit that you don't need anymore into something new, right? Because what you need that bag to put other stuff in. Come on. Sorry, you guys. I said, couldn't tell if my dog was outside the door trying to come in, or if she is downstairs barking at somebody. But I'm gonna take it she's not up here because she did not walk in the room. Anyways, it doesn't make sense to carry old baggage into something new. And this sounds so crazy, but when you come into new chapters, you need an empty bag, because we pick up baggage every day of our lives. You need space in that bag for whatever you finna come into, whatever you're gonna be dealing with in this next chapter. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta walk away from the old and allow those chapters to close, allow those cycles to complete, in order for you to turn this into an upright position and come into the spaces and places that you need to be, by allowing life to lead you, by allowing yourself to be, you know, brought into what you're supposed to be brought into. I talk about turning these cards into upright positions quite a bit, and you can very much do so that with the, what can y'all do? Because I can't talk. You can very much so do that. It just takes, you know, coming out of that stubborn Leo, my way or the highway, and understanding that you got to let life play out in order for life to become what it's supposed to be, okay? All right, y'all. What's interesting, I was sitting here talking to you guys about, okay, reel back on the, you know, the control and all this. And you got the Ace of Pentacles in the position of what you need to nurture. So this Ace of Pentacles popping up is not necessarily about specifics this time around. So I'm not going to bring it too much into, you know, your finances, your career, your foundations, your relationships, whatever. What I'm going to talk about here is literally on a general scale, the foundations that are associated with the Ace of Pentacles. So as I was talking about, you're coming out of old chapters. There are cycles that need to be wrapped up for you, right? And look at these two cards. Very similar. I look at the world kind of like a major scale Ace of Pentacles, low key. There are some changes coming in for you, Leo. You are coming into a new year. This is an Ace card. Things are starting fresh, starting anew. Your foundation is your new rotation around your planet, the sun. You're coming into a new year. So you're coming into new energy. You're coming into new spaces and new places. You need to allow life to lead you into those, where you need to put your energy, where you need to put your time, where you need to put your love, what you need to nurture underneath this Cancer lunar cycle energy, which is funny because we are on a Cancer Capricorn eclipse axis, and this is a Pentacles card, which resonates with the earth energy, is towards really creating the foundations that you want to build upon. And I don't want to give specifics because that could be anything, Leo. It really has a lot to do with whatever in your life you feel like needs to be shifted or needs to be rebuilt. That's what you need to be focusing on during this time. So whatever that may be, it could be in regards to your pentacles, it could be in regards to your spirituality, who knows, whatever. If this video is resonating with you, you know exactly what it is that you need to work on or put energy towards, or, you know, put your love into, what you need to nurture. Ace of Pentacles. So Leo, basically things are shifting for you. You're coming into you're coming into a whole new cycle. And for you, it's just important for you to put your energy into the way that you want this cycle to go. You're about to start a new year. So do you want it to be popping? Do you want it to really be hot girl summer all year round? You know what I'm saying? Then that's what you need to start putting your energy into. What does that entail? What does that look like? Do you want more money this year? Okay, then you need to start looking at, all right, well, how do I get more coins? Do you want, you know, to have less stress in this year coming up? Okay, then you need to start looking at, okay, well, what do I need to do to relieve my stress? Do I need to go see a therapist? Do I need to see a counselor? Do I need to run a lap? Do I need to paint a picture? You know what I'm saying? So Leo, during this time, you need to focus on what it is that you need to shift in regards to your foundations, in regards to what you're basing, you know, your day-to-day on, and what you need to do in order to make that happen. Okay, positive energy coming up for you, Leo. The last card that you've got coming up in your spread is in the position of the soul message, and you've got gratitude. This is an elephant. And it resonates with the number 43. So 43 breaks down to 7, which is the number associated with philosophy and divinity and truth. And I think truth is really what's resonating here, Leo. This is your new year. You're coming into a new space. You're going to kind of have this newfound rejuvenated energy and sense of self. So this elephant card here is telling me, especially if there are things that you were just trying to hold on to that you need to let go of, Leo, instead of, like I said, it my way or the highway, I am the lion, hear me roar. Okay, I understand these cycles. I understand what has happened. I understand what I needed to learn. And I'm okay to let it go. I'm thankful that I went through those experiences. However, I've gotten what I needed to get from it. So now it's time for me to tap into this energy and to tap into this energy, okay? This card popping up here, I think, just has a very, very, you know, blatant message. It is trust the process and appreciate the process, Leo. Whatever has transpired up until this point, especially whatever has transpired making you feel like you want to hang on to certain situations or keep certain habits or keep yourself in certain energies, understand that in order to grow, sometimes you got to go. And the World card is all about wrapping things up. And when it's time to go, you have to, you know, be aware of your situation, be aware of the things that you've learned, and just be thankful for however things played out, because it all has to do with where you're going, what you're going to turn out like, and what you're going to end up doing. And that's really just all it boils down to, okay, Leo? So as things play out, as things change, even though you might be a little like, oh, I'm not ready to let that go, just be thankful that you had the chance to experience it in the first place. Understand that you have to close some chapters, and understand that this is a water lunar cycle. Let life lead you. Go with the flow. Let the currents take you to wherever you're supposed to be and doing whatever you're supposed to be doing. Okay, Leo? All right, y'all. That is my reading for you. I hope that resonated with you. If you got any questions, as always, feel free to drop them down below. You can also book a reading with me if you feel like you need your own personal reading. I've got that information linked down below as well. Check out the Cancer lunar cycle and solar eclipse video. That one is important. We are in a major time of change right now. And then I also am offering eclipse readings and retrograde readings for sale, and you can find all that information linked down below in my description box. Thanks, you guys, for tuning in. I will see y'all next time.